Joining us now, former Director of Strategy to the UK Prime Minister James Cameron. He's also California gubernatorial candidate Steve Hilton is with us. You know, Steve, let's get right at it. Steve, we're not hearing anyone on the ground say, don't bring in the help, don't bring in the troops. So why is Gavin Newsom pushing to stop the extra help? Because we're showing USA Today reporting Los Angeles residents, quote, hate the riots, they hate the destruction of their neighborhoods, they are fearful of more violence. Can you explain what Gavin Newsom is doing here?
I think he's really lost the plot. He's all over the place. He really seems to have lost it. I mean, there's no other way I can describe it. That unhinged, deranged address to the nation yesterday evening, which he couldn't even get that right, all the audio glitches and all the rest of it. I mean, John Voight is completely right. John is a good friend of mine. He endorsed my campaign on day one, and he nailed it. I mean, there's just absolutely no sense from Gavin Newsom that he's focused on his job, which is protecting people in cities and property and communities in his state. Instead, he's flailing around with these partisan political attacks. He spent most of Monday trolling President Trump on social media instead of actually doing anything. He's filing lawsuits instead of actually upholding law and order. And we got to come back to the two central things that went wrong here, Liz. Number one, if we didn't have the ridiculous, extreme sanctuary state law, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place, because if you had cooperation between state and local law enforcement and ICE, you wouldn't have even needed to have the kind of enforcement operations that are then exploited by these far-left groups to cause chaos. But second, even if that all started and you had trouble brewing, then any real leader would have clamped down on it immediately to stop it getting out of control. Instead, I've been talking to law enforcement here. I've heard stories of law enforcement officers being made to wait in a parking lot while the trouble was kicking off, rioting was happening, waiting for 15 hours for the deploy order to come, and it never came because Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass didn't want to have the optics of looking like they were supporting President Trump's immigration policies, which, let's remember, were voted by the electorate and are supported by a majority of Americans, including communities.
We've got this, Steve. We've got a lot to talk to you about. These protests, we're going to show the mugshot, Steve. The protests are over ICE arresting dangerous criminal illegal aliens with criminal records. They just arrested an illegal alien from Mexico, attempted murder. He threw a Molotov cocktail attack on law enforcement. It was caught on video. LAPD just arrested 3 protesters with guns who could have killed people. ICE just arrested a murderer, multiple pedophiles, and a drug trafficker. This is in the wave of criminals they're catching. Are people really rioting in the streets, assaulting cops, vandalizing property because of those criminals getting arrested? Because when you look at the data, polls show the majority of U.S. voters want law and order, they want safety, and they demand deportations. Immigrants swung 40 points to Republicans. Democrats have lost the blue-collar voters, the middle and working class.
Yes, and it's true right here in California. I mean, I've been on the road right up and down the state, and I sit down with those communities. Here in Los Angeles, with working class communities in East LA of Mexican heritage, and I say to them, what do you think about immigration, about deportations, all the rest of it? They talk more strongly about it than President Trump or Tom Homan, I can tell you, because they're the people who lose out when you have people coming in, and as they say, they've been given free EBT cards to shop in the grocery stores, free cell phones, free housing vouchers, overcrowding in terms of housing and the schools. They can't stand it. They're sick of it. They want change.
Okay, Steve Hilton, thank you so much.